Good morning, students. Welcome to the next lecture of Biomedical Engineering. Today, our concept is electrical safety of medical equipment. Okay, awareness for the safety from the medical equipment is very important. And coming to that, as per the 1970s researchers, they mentioned or they published this information. The information is most of the patients are going to killed due to the different types of electrical accidents which will be formed at the hospitals. So coming to here, every year due to electrical accidents, more than 1 lakh people are killed in industries, firms, homes and hospitals. So in the industries, homes and hospitals, maybe any short circuit or maybe any recklessness in the electrical connections, maybe human made mistakes, these are all leads to form different types of electrical accidents. That is also more than 1 lakh people are going to be killed in the total worldwide in the present day situation. Right. Due to the microshock hazard, large number of patients are killed in the hospitals. So here we have two types of shocks that we will discuss in the coming slides. That is microshock and macroshock. Microshock is very less amount of voltage. So with that less amount of voltage, more number of patients are going to be killed in the hospitals. This is the major drawback in the 1970s and 1980s situation. Because of there is no that much of efficiency in the medical equipment at that particular time. But in the recent years, we are designing a more safeable medical equipments. Now coming to that, whatever it may be, the design of electrical and electronic equipment for hospital use is most challenging task in front of the engineers. So coming to that, the biomedical engineer has to design the electrical and electronic equipment which are using for hospital use with a lot of care, with a lot of precautions and with a lot of isolation circuits we have to provide or design the circuits. So this is the importance of the present day safety related to the medical equipment. Right? Coming to that, next. Physiological effects of electric current. So whenever the electric current passes through the body, then what are the different types of physiological effects we are generally observing? That we will see in the today's class. So coming to here, electrical accidents are caused by the interaction of electric current with the tissues of the body. So whenever the current is passed through the body, that is the interaction of the current through the body, through the tissues of the body, then it will be happen as electrical accident. So you can see the definition of electrical accidents. You can see the definition of electrical accidents like this. Electrical accidents are caused by the interaction of electrical current from the medical equipment or maybe electrical or electronic equipment with the interaction of the tissues of the body. So this is the definition of electrical accidents. Okay, so we have seen previously road accidents. We have seen different types of car accidents, bike accidents like that. Now this is electrical accidents. Okay, when the patient is connected to the electrical equipment, there may be so many mistakes. Maybe human mistake, maybe power failure mistake, maybe machine designing mistake. Lot of mistakes are there. So due to all any type of mistake, finally the patient is going to suffer here. So let us see what are the different types of sufferings or physiological effects are there when the current is interacting with the body. Let us discuss one by one point. For an accident to occur, current of sufficient magnitude must flow through the body of the victim in such a way that it impedes the functioning of the vital organs. So whenever the sufficient amount of current or magnitude of the current is flowing through the body, then the accident will occur. So this is a situation of the electrical accidents, and it is damaging the major parts of the body, that is major organs of the body. This is the problem which will be happening at the electrical accident. Next, see here. So here we have a human body picture here, and the human body picture is connected to a voltage source. This is we are calling as a driving source. So see here we have totally three parts. The first part is first contact of the body. The second part, second contact of the body. Here we have connected the second contact to the surface of the body, that is external to the body, and one more is internally to the body, that is to the heart or to the internal organ of the body, and third one, driving source. So this is the three parts of the body. So see here, totally three parts of the body. Right. Now coming to here, see, two contacts must exist with the body and simultaneously a voltage source to drive the current through the two contacts should also exist. So the voltage source which we have connected, that should connected to the patient through the two contacts. One is the first contact and second one is second contact. The damaging effects of the current depend on the magnitude and also the current pathway through the body, which in turn depends on the location of first and second contact. Whenever the electrical accidents happen, these two contacts are maintaining a critical role. Okay, so that is about this picture. So in this picture, there may be a chance of getting electrical accident. For the electrical accidents, the connection should be like this. Okay, whenever a closed path is formed here, in the closed path, one of the object is human body. Then only these electrical accidents will be happened. Next, when both contacts are applied to the surface of the body, then it is called macro shock. This is very, very important. Right? Here, I have represented the second contact to the surface of the body. Otherwise, it may be internally connected to the body. When this first contact and second contact, when this first contact and the second contact, these two contacts, so this first contact and this second contacts, these two contacts, if they are connected external to the body, then only the macro shock will be happened. Next, coming to that, the second case, in the case when one contact is applied directly to the heart, and then it is called microshock. So in this two the first contact is we have connected external to the body. The second contact we are connecting to internally to the body. So in this case, that is called microshock. Microshock. So macroshock and microshock. These are the two definitions. When both contacts are applied to the surface of the body, then at that time, if the electrical accidents have happened, that is called macroshock. If in the two contacts, one contact is connected to the heart, then it is called microshock. So generally, the macroshock is generally responding for high voltages. Microshock, the shock will be happen for the less amount of voltages. It may be for 5 volts, 10 volts, or 3 volts, or 2 volts of the DC. It may be some AC supplies. Generally, it may be to 100 volts, 150 volts, 200, 230, like that. Different types of high voltages may be caused for macro shock. For less amount of voltages are caused to the micro shock. Okay, right. So whatever it may be, if the current is passed to the body, then only the electrical accident will happen. The electrical accidents are also called electrical shocks. So there are two types of shocks: micro shock and macro shock. Right? If two contacts are external to the body, then it is called macro shock. If the one contact is connected directly to the heart, that is called internal, that is called micro shock. It may be connected to not only to the heart, it may be any internal organ of the body. Right. The electrical current affects the tissues in the two different ways. So the electrical current is going to affect the human body tissues in two different types of ways. When the electrical energy is dissipated in the tissue, it can causes the temperature rise. Whenever the electrical current is passed through the body, when the electrical accident happened, then automatically in the tissues, some temperature is going to rise here. Some temperature is going to rise here. Next, a high temperature can damage the tissue, that is called burn. So, if the temperature is raised, which will be passed into the body, that may be caused to the burning of the tissue. It may be caused to the burning of the tissue. That is the biggest damage. That is the biggest damage of the body. Okay. In household cases, electrical burns are normally limited to localized damage near contact points, that is density of the current is highest. Whenever the density of the current is highest, then in the households the burns, the electrical burns will be happened. The electrical burns will be happened at the household equipments. So this is the biggest problem at the households. So to avoid these problems, we have lot of methods. But what are the sources of these problems that we have to see here? Okay, in the cases of lightning accidents and industrial accidents, the dissipated electrical energy may be sufficient to burn larger parts of the body. Generally, in the industries and in the lightning effects, most of the electrical accidents are generally happening. The reason is the more amount of energy is dissipating. The most amount of energy is going to be dissipated to the circuits. When the energy is dissipating, more amount of heat is going to release. Due to the heat, the insulation of electrical equipment is going to damage. Then the short circuits are forming generally. Finally, it leads to the biggest electrical accidents, and the effect of the electrical accidents also very more in the industries. It may be damages a lots of property and human lives also sometimes. Okay, whatever it may be, the large amount of voltages can cause a completely burning of the body also sometimes. High temperature or high amount of power dissipation through the body can completely spoil the human body. It maybe burns the body also sometimes. Okay, right. Next, coming to here, we have to see now a generalized model of an electrical accident. So, if the general, that is, when the body is connected to the voltage source, then there may be some electrical circuit will be formed. That electrical circuit now we will see. Okay, so this is the electrical equivalent circuit, and these are the basic of definitions of the electrical circuit. So see here in this electrical circuit, we have RF and RR. Next RC2, RC1, RG and RB. So different types of definitions are there. So see here, RF. RF is the fault or leakage resistance. So this is some leakage resistance. RF is the leakage resistance or fault resistance. RC1 resistance. So RC1 resistance is the first contact resistance of the body, and RC2, this is the second contact resistance of the to the body. So wherever the electrical electrodes are connected to the body, so this is the first contact resistance, this is second contact resistance. And RR, ground return resistance. So this RR we are representing generally ground return resistance, and RB, that is the body resistance. So this is the body resistance. Okay, so these are the different types of resistance, and this is an electrical model of the shock which will be connected to the human body. Right? So this is the body, this is the human body, and this is the voltage source, and these are the resistors are representing which are the different contacts or ground return resistances or leakage current resistances. These are the, and RG is the ground resistance. So these are the this is about the equivalent electrical circuit which will be connected to the patient when the electrical accidents are happened. Okay, right. So see here, actually the leakages of current has to ground through this resistance. Okay, whenever the electrical accidents are grounded through the body. Whenever the electrical current is passed through the body, then only electrical accidents happen. See here, here some resistance is there, here some resistance is there, right? So the main aim, we don't give the chance to travel the current through the body. Okay, we have to stop the passes of current through the body. If you want to stop the passes of the current through the body, then you have to keep this ground resistance is very minimum. If the resistance is less, the current chooses this path. If the resistance is chooses here less, then the current chooses this path. Okay, so here the less resistance path is choosing the current. So for that reason, the ground resistance we have to keep as much as minimum. That is our requirement. Okay, that also we will see in the coming class. Now coming to here, the same picture I have represented here. Now see the explanation. An electrical current of sufficient magnitude can cause local voltages in the sensory and motor nerves involving the electrochemical action and potentials. Right? So here most of the electrical voltages are damaging because of the machine is has a sufficient magnitude to pass the human body. So whenever the sufficient amount of magnitude is available to pass the current through the body, then only different types of electrochemical reactions and different types of action potentials are generating. For example, if an electrode is connected to the body, if you want to measure the potential which will be generated in the human body, that potential we are generally calling as action potential. If you want to measure that action potential, we need to pass minimum amount of current to the body. Whenever the minimum amount of current is crossed its limits, then only electrical accidents are happening generally. Okay, it's the most important one. Next, if such current, such electric current which will be crossed the limit of the minimum voltages, then that type of such electric current it causes tingling or prickling sensation. That means it will be generate some of the discomforts to the body. The discomforts we are calling as tingling or prickling. If the current increases, it becomes unpleasant and sometimes painful. Okay, so tingling and prickling effect is nothing but as whenever if you are testing the battery, if you want to test the battery, generally how everyone tests the battery for 5 rupees or 10 rupees we will get some batteries. So they will take that battery and they will touch their battery with this tongue. So it will give a small sensation and a small light electrical shock. It is the effect called tingling and picking. Okay, prickling. Okay, right. Here, if the amount of current is high, then it is not. It's maybe caused to the painful problems are unpleasant. That means they are not satisfying. They are not pleasant. Okay, so that is the biggest problem. Okay, when the current levels are going to increase, if the current is again increasing, then it is caused to the burns of the body. The stimulation of muscle nerves and motor causes contraction. Okay, the stimulation of muscle nerves. Here, for stimulating the human body, here we need some amount of voltages. Then only that amount of voltages passes the information from the one muscle cell to another muscle. Okay, so this muscle nerves and some motor nerves, these are near. If you want to do the contraction, it needs some action potentials. If the stimulation of high intensity, the fibers muscles are get contracted. If high amount of passes of current to the body, it may be caused to the perfect stimulations. It may be damage the fibers of the body. The electrical current flowing through the body can damage the parts of the body. So whatever the current it is flowing through the body, it can damage the current. So the passes of current we have to allow up to some extent to get the contraction. For example, one paralysis patient is there. The paralysis patient, he cannot hold his hand. His hand is not going to work. His leg is not going to work. His hand is there. Blood circulation is there, but there is no contraction and relaxation. If, for example, if you are folding your hand like this is called contraction. If you are relieving this hand, this is called contraction. Okay, this is contraction, this is relaxation. Contraction and relaxation. If you want to do like this, here some muscle nerves information it should passing from one place to another place. In the paralysis patients, all the physical contacts are available, blood circulation is available, but nerve conduction is not available. For evoking that nerve conduction, we will pass some electric current through the body. Okay, when the shock treatment are giving to the paralysis patient, the muscles maybe get contract. The muscles maybe get contract sometimes, but high intensity of the current maybe causes burning or damaging the human body parts. Okay, so we have to know perfectly how much amount of current is sufficient to get contract. What is the range of the which range if the current is crosses then it may be caused to the burn of the body. We have to know these conditions. Okay, then only we can cure the patients perfectly. Next, coming to here, let us see there are two major differences between microshocks and major macroshock. So this is a part macroshock, this is a part called microshock. Coming to that, when the current is applied to points on the surface of the body, only a small fraction of total current flows through the heart. So that is called macroshock. Just now we have seen. All the current applied through the intercardiac catheter flows to the heart. Small currents called microshocks can induce ventricular fibrillation. Right here, microshocks and it is macroshocks. Here, for the less amount of voltages, for a high amount of voltages, the body maybe gets the electrical action, that is called macroshock. For less amount of voltages, the body gets damaged, that is called microshocks. Okay, so coming to here, the accepted safety limit to the microshocks is 10 milliamperes. This is in terms of amperes, 1 ampere or 2 ampere. For example, if it is crosses more than 1 ampere, there may be damages of the body, severe burns of the body, like 10 amperes. The total burns may be happened to the body. That we will see clearly in the next slide. So see here, whenever the electrical current passes through the body, then what are the things are happening to the human body, that we will see now. So see here, physiological effects of electrical current from 1 second external contact to the body. That is, if the current with 1 ampere, if the current with 2 amperes, if the current with 10 amperes, okay, if it is passed through only 1 second with 60 hertz of frequency, then what happened to the human body, that we can see now. See here, from the human body, if 500 microamperes, of current is passed through the human body, then the human body can understand some electrical current is passed through the human body. Okay, that we can feel, but we cannot say perfectly this is the current. That is nothing but as the threshold of perception of current. That is threshold of perception of current. Okay, that is very important one. You have to remember. That is a threshold of perception of the current. If 1 milliampere to almost 5 milliampere, this is also accepted safe level. It's not getting a big problem. Up to 10 milliamperes, no problem. So after crossing the 10 milliamperes, if it is 30 milliamperes or 40 milliamperes, when it is passing through the human body, that's current called let go current. Let go current. That means if the current you touches with more than 10 milliamperes, that is nearly 30-40 milliamperes, you are removing that cables. Otherwise you are coming back to coming to a side of the electrical equipment, that is called let go current. That means you are saying that leaving that current. Okay, let go the current. Next, if it is crosses the current nearly up to 100 milliamperes, then the 100 milliamperes current through the human body up to 1 second, it may be caused to get different types of pains, right? For 100 milliamperes, the current may be reduced, maybe increases pains or physical injury that may be caused to the physical injury. If 1 ampere current is passed through the human body, then the biggest problem, that is ventricular fibrillation. Then ventricular fibrillation will happen. Next, when 10 amperes current is passed through the human body up to 1 second, this may be caused myocardial contraction, or it may be myocardial contraction may be stopped if more amount of time the current is passed. If in time you have removed the current, the 10 amperes current, then maybe the contraction will be done normally by the heart as usual. That means sometimes the heart is going to stop if the 10 amperes current is passed through the human body. Okay, in time or in the sufficient of amount of time, if the patient is dragged from that current, and if we are doing that some basic medication process, we can save the patient. We can re-regulate. We can re-regulate the heart perfectly. In time, if you remove the patient from that electrical shock circuit. If more than 10 amperes current is passed through the human body, then severe burns or physical injury greater than 10 amperes of current, severe burns is maybe happened to the internal organs of the body or external organs of the body. So these are the different types of physiological effects you can see when the electrical current is passed through the body. Okay, so let us remember here, when the less amount of current is passed through the human body, that is less than 10 milliamperes, it may be 1 milliampere, it may be 500 microampere, that maybe does not affect the human body. It is the accepted level. With that current, we can make lot of measurements. That is the accepted level, and if the range is crossed more than 5 milliamperes, maybe crossed 10 milliamperes, more than 10 milliamperes, if the current is passed through the human body up to 1 second, then it may be called let go current. It may be causes light unpleasant situations. With that current passes, we cannot feel comfort. We will feel uncomfort, where unpleasant. With that current, we will get lot of headaches, or maybe pains, or maybe physical problems. Some physical injury may be happened. Okay, that is the second one. Next, coming to that, if the current is more than 100 milliamperes, if the current is more than 100 milliamperes, greater than 100 milliamperes, nearly 1 ampere current is there, then ventricular fibrillation will be happening. What is meant by ventricular fibrillation? So we know that our heart is made up of with 4 chambers. Our heart is made up of with 4 chambers. So these 2 chambers are called atria, and these 2 chambers are called ventricles. These 2 chambers are called ventricles. The blood flow direction is in this way. The blood flow direction is in this way. Okay. So this atria chambers receives the information receives the blood from the total human body part, and this ventricle receives the blood from the atria, and this blood will be ejected to the body parts. It may be lungs, it may be to the body parts. So here the blood is received by the atria and the blood is ejected by the ventricle. So whenever the blood is ejected to the body, then only the body is going to sustain. When these ventricles are not going to send the blood, then we can call the heart is going to be damaged or the heart is going to be stopped. So that is the death of the life. So the ventricle fibrillation means ventricle contraction. When the ventricle is contracted, then only the blood is coming to out. Okay, from the heart. When the blood is coming to out, when the ventricles are contracted. The ventricle contraction is called ventricle fibrillation. Okay, ventricle contraction is called ventricular fibrillation. So due to the ventricle fibrillation, the blood is coming from out from the heart to outside of the body. That means outside of the heart. Right? That means the blood is pumped from the heart to the all parts of the body after the ventricular fibrillation. So when 1 ampere current is passed through the body, then ventricular fibrillation may be stopped. Then the ventricular fibrillation may be stopped. When 10 amperes of current is passed through the body, here when 1 ampere current is passed, there may be chance of getting stopping the heart. But if the 10 amperes current is passed, then 100% the ventricular fibrillation is going to be stopped. Okay, but if you remove the electrical contact, 10 amperes passes through the body, if you remove it in time, then you can save the patient by doing some medical exercises like when you are connecting the defibrillator machine, and if you are giving externally shock to the patient, you can save the patient. But it may be completed within 1 or 2 hours, this process. If the time is increased, then the patient may be lost his health. Okay, he is going to die. Next, more than 10 amperes, there is no chance of sustain the human body. The heart completely stops the contraction and relaxation of the heart muscles. Then there may be chance of getting damages also, burns, some physical injury or burns will be happened. Okay, the complete body is going to be coming into the black color, and the parts are going to be completely damaged, permanent damage to the human body. If in time also we can't save the patients. If more than 10 amperes of current is passed through the body, that may be 20 amperes or 40 amperes of current, this completely damages the human body. So we have to take a lot of precautions while designing the medical instruments. Why? Because these all medical instruments are connected to the human body, and these all medical instruments should accept minimum current passes through the body. Okay, that is in terms of milliamperes. But more than that, we cannot give the chance to pass the human body. That is very, very important. That means while designing the medical equipment, you have to take very serious way. The design should consisting of different types of isolation circuits. These isolation circuits must release microamperes of current to the human body. Okay, at any situation, at any cost, in any situation, it should not deliver more than 10 milliamperes current. Okay, always it should be less than 10 milliamperes only, but it should not cross more than 10 milliamperes. Particularly amperes of current, it should not enter into the human body. That is very important precautions we have to take. Okay, up to now we have discussed different types of current passages through the human body. These currents, if it is there with 60 Hz of current, the frequency of the AC current is if it is 60 Hz, and if it is passed through 1 second, if the time duration of passing this current only 1 second, okay, then only we can save the patient's life. But these are the specifications or standards given in the year of 1970 and 1980 by the some standardized organizations. But coming to here, the present days, we are using the power and we are using different types of electrical contacts. These are maybe caused some more problems, some grounding problems. A lot of problems are there. Okay. With this, I am going to stop the class. In the next video, we will see what are the sources of electrical shocks. What are the different types of sources of electrical shocks? That we will see in the next video. So, let us take the review of the present day class. In this present day class, we have seen the introduction. We have seen the introduction of different types of electrical current passing through the body. Okay, electrical current passes through the body. Next, we have seen how the electrical current is passed through the body and what are the connections are framed. That is the basic structure of current passes through the body. Next, this is the second one, and we have seen an electrical equivalent circuit of the second type, that is above topic, above electrical accident, and we have seen microshock, the definition of microshock, and macroshock. We have seen microshock and macroshock, and we have seen different types of physiological effects, when the current is passed through the body, with 60 hertz of frequency, and the time duration is 1 second. Okay, these are the topics in the we have seen in the present day class. Okay, so different types of problems we have seen. In the next coming class, we will see different types of sources of these electrical accidents, and we will see what are the preventions we have to take when the current is passed through the body. Okay, right. Thank you.